Well, good afternoon today, well, good morning or good evening, whatever time you're watching this. Today is Saturday, June 8th, and it's time to go over our weekly meeting, which today was about gratitude, the power of gratitude. I have a goal for the summer, and my goal for the summer is to have a weight loss every week. I'm not going to have a gain, I'm going to have a loss. No matter how big, no matter how small, I'm going to be happy with whatever I have. Last week was my official start to the summer, and I lost 2.8. So I was really happy about that. This week I lost 0.1, and so now I'm down to 238.3. And so I put a little turtle because I'm moving pretty slow. My little thing on the bottom is small steps every day. And next week, I know how my body works. I had a pretty big loss last week, and 2.8 for me is a good loss. So I knew that I wouldn't this week. I'm also eating 3 meals a day, which I normally only eat 2. So I think my body's got to get used to that, which I don't have a problem waiting for that. I'm enjoying my food choices so much more that I'll be eating 3 meals a day, and I know that I'm going to do way better. So they gave us this, they're going to give us a charm at the end of the year, at the end of the summer rather, if you attend 6 out of the next 8 meetings. And I think this is kind of like giving you a clue to what it's going to be. Let me scan it for you real quick. So it's the week summer challenge. It's each week, I guess they're going to tell you something a little bit different to work on. And at the end of the 8 weeks, if you've attended 6 of the meetings, you're going to get a little charm. I think there's a picture of the charm on the back. Let me look and see. Because I think she said there was a picture of the charm. Oh, no, maybe not. No picture. I think it's going to just be this. I think she said something like this, and then it's just going to, but it's small. I think Weight Watchers has figured out that we're like small children and we need little rewards along the way. So they said that one of the reasons that they're doing it is to boost up attendance, because in the summer people tend not to come because they've gone to barbecues or parties or picnics or vacations, or they've had a gain and they don't want to come. It's just kind of incentive to keep you coming. And then they'll give you a little reward. They can't give you a food reward. That wouldn't be nice because you're trying to lose weight. So anyway, let's talk about the power of gratitude. It happens to all of us. Life gets busy, and as we speed along, we forget to pause along the way and just look around. We focus on the bumps in the road and not the sun in the sky. It's so easy to see all the bad things in life, but sometimes you just got to sit back and just like kind of look and really appreciate it. I pretty much take the same route every day, but every day when I walk, and every day when I take a walk, I'm very grateful that I can walk. The first time I tried to walk, around my whole block is like, I have 2 blocks. Like, it's kind of weird, but I have like my block across the street and then another block. If I went just completely just around my own little block, it's a half a mile. But if I go around the whole entire block in the subdivision, it's a full mile. When I first started walking, when I was 304.2 pounds, I could barely make it the half mile around my block. Now I go around the block, I go 2 miles. But every time when I'm walking, I always try to find something that I missed the day before. I did miss that somebody at the end of my block has put a neighborhood library, one of those little boxes where you put a book in and you take a book out. I've passed that up and not noticed it, and then I saw something on Facebook and I saw that it was there, and then, duh, how did I miss it? But so that just shows you that, you really have to take a moment to really look around and be grateful for things in your life. When you take a moment to think about the good things in your life, you can think about different things that are good in your life. It could be the flowers in the park, or an upcoming vacation, something good news for your family. Even if somebody in your family has been sick and then they make a turnaround and they're doing better, that's something to be grateful for. The more often you pause for gratitude, the more your state of mind will linger on the good things. Anybody can dwell on the bad things. It's not going to make it go away. But sometimes if you find little things in the good in little things, that if you look hard enough, and sometimes you don't even have to really look hard, you can see a lot of good things in life. One of the things you should see as a good thing is your weight loss. No matter how big or small, don't ever say I only lost. You notice I didn't say I only lost 0.1. I lost 0.1. I worked hard for that 0.1. Now, some people might say, well, whoop-de-ding, 1.1, it really wasn't that great, but it was better than seeing a gain. And I'm very thankful for that, and I have a lot of gratitude for that fact. Gratitude also prepares you to rebound from setbacks, to meet challenges head on. I have had a lot of challenges in the last 6 months of my own doing, not of anybody else's. It was my own choices. And I let my mind go to that bad place, like, you're never going to do it. You might as well quit. I had those thoughts, but I'm grateful that I pushed past those, gave myself a month off, readjust, reaffirm myself, refocus on my journey, reset my sails. Because like if you're on a boat, in a sailboat, the wind changes and you have to adjust your sails. You can't keep them on a steady course. You have to go where the wind goes. And it's the same thing with your diet and your health choices or your journey, whatever you want to call it. You have to stay with a plan that's going to work. And if this plan is working and working and working, then all of a sudden it's not working anymore, tweak it. Figure out why it's not working. Be grateful that you have the capability to change your set of where you want to go. You can even be grateful that you can sleep better at night. I sleep 100% better at night. I must have had sleep apnea because a lot of times I'd wake up going like that. I think I probably stopped breathing during the night. Jim said I snored. I don't snore anymore, and I sleep so much better. And I don't require as much sleep. I usually go to bed, I've told you this before, like 1 or 2 in the morning, and I get up about 8 or 9 in the morning, which is like 6-7 hours sleep, which is more than enough. But I used to fall asleep in the chair all the time, and I don't do that anymore. I get up, do whatever I got to do, and at night go to bed and sleep the whole night through. These are 3 things that you can do to try to develop your technique. The first one is think of 3 good things that happened to you in the last 24 hours. Something as small as a walk in the park, or just making a big discovery about yourself. And if I had to think of 3 good things that would happen for me in the last 24 hours, is that I'm trying to sell a particular item on a Facebook marketplace, and I think I have a buyer, number 1. Number 2, we had to get a new filter for our pool, but I had the money to go get the filter. So that's number 2. And number 3 is that I went to my meeting and I had a loss. I'm very grateful for it. Little small things, but I'm grateful for the 3 things. Number 2 is write down each thing in detail, where it happened, the time of day, what you wore, who was with you. I guess I had my favorite shirt on, and I was at my meeting, and I had support of my friends. And number 3, note how you felt during this and after experienced this good thing. I felt pretty good even after I weighed when she said you have a loss. And then she says, but you only lost 0.1. And I go, don't ever say only. And she says, I like your attitude. The things we talked about, our leader wasn't there today. She's on vacation. So we had a new leader. She was okay. She was by no means Denise. But then again, I always thought the same when Denise took over for Kim. I kept thinking, you're no Kim. But she was just a substitute for today. So it's not really a big difference. So today we did talk about have an attitude of gratitude. Being grateful helps your mindset, because think of different things where it can help you with. A lot of times you can think, I don't really want to exercise. It hurts too much to walk. I don't really want to do that. Think of the poor person that's in a wheelchair that can't walk. Be grateful that you're not the one in the wheelchair. I am quite sure if you asked that person in the wheelchair, would you want to walk even if it was painful? If they're not capable of walking, they would tell you, you know what, as painful as it is, I'd rather walk than be stuck in this wheelchair. Be grateful of just the simple things in life. If you're really gratitude, it's going to improve your physical health too, because when you feel better, you do better. And that's just so true. When you feel better, you're going to make smarter choices. When you're choosing the right foods and the right exercises and things that are good for you in your life, you're gonna do far better than if you have a negative thought. Always keep that positive thought. And think about how your gratitude affects your weight loss. It really tremendously helps your psychological health. It gives you a better feeling inside yourself. You always feel better when you have a little bit of gratitude in your life. And let's face it, when you're really doing well, it reduces your depression. Now, I'm not talking about people that have prescribed mental illness or just, like they're diagnosed with depression. This is completely different. This is just a feeling of sadness. Everybody has a feeling of sadness in their life. and you can overcome it. If you have mental health issues, then you overcome it with medication. I find it's worse if you deny yourself the medication to make you feel better. I don't think you're very grateful for the medicines that are out there that can help you. Now, maybe the first medicine you try might not help, but be grateful that there's so many different treatments out there that you can try. And don't ever tell anybody just to snap out of it, or, smile, you'll be happy, or feel better about yourself. Why are you so sad? Depression, true depression, is completely different from like sadness and sad depression. A true depression is like a form of mental illness, and I don't think you should stigmatize people for that. Gratitude also improves your problem-solving skills. If you're very grateful that you're able to solve problems because you're thinking through the solutions a lot better, you have the capabilities of thinking through it because you had enough sleep the night before and you're feeling good about your choices. It also helps you to look at challenges in a positive way. Be grateful that you can walk. Be grateful that you can do some exercises. Be grateful that you can go and buy the healthy foods that you want, that you can drink good water, that you have so many things in your life. Just be grateful for them. And what do you do when you want to go to a barbecue, let's say? If you're going to a barbecue and you've run out of points, what do you do to be grateful for the fact that you're at a barbecue, but you don't have any more points and you've overeaten already? Just think of things that you can do that you're grateful for. You can still eat 0-point foods, so be grateful for that. You can see somebody, maybe if you're at a party, like a graduation party, if you see somebody that's sitting all alone, be grateful that you have the capabilities to go over there and start up a conversation. I can talk to a rock. I can talk to anybody. And maybe they don't want to talk to me, but I'm going to at least give them the opportunity to say, like, go away or something. Because I always try to find somebody that looks like that everybody's ignoring them, that I just kind of want to make them feel included. And if they don't want me around, obviously you can figure that out right away. They want to be alone. You just have to read the signals. I'm pretty good at reading the signals. I can tell when somebody would rather just be alone. But then I also see when people are very appreciative of when you've included them in on your conversations. You can also get involved with games. Just don't sit there. Start a volleyball game. Start a bocce ball game. Start badminton. Do something. Just get people moving, and the time will go by faster and you'll forget about the food. Also, if you're having problems sleeping, think about having a journal that you keep, that you write down all the good things that happened to you that day. Don't think of the negative things, because even though you lay in bed, your body stopped moving, but your mind is still going 100 miles an hour. Your mind does not stop. And if you're always thinking about, I should have did this and I should have done that, you're going to stress out about it. You're going to not sleep well. But if you think about all the happy things, I like to say a little prayer in the morning before I get up, and I like to say a little prayer at night before I go to sleep. I'm just thankful that I woke up in the morning, and I'm thankful for the day I had. And I tend to think happy thoughts when I go to sleep, and I fall asleep right away. That's not to say that sometimes I don't think of the negative. I'm human. All humans think of the negative things. But in the most part, I'd have to say I think of happier things for the most part. And when you sleep well, you're obviously more rested in the morning, and you're going to make better choices. It also helps with your relationships. A strong support system is going to help you, and you should be very grateful for it. Jim is not on Weight Watchers, but he's very supportive of me. He does not go out of his way to buy things or eat things in front of me that he thinks are going to tempt me. That's not to say that he doesn't eat them, but he doesn't eat them in front of me. He doesn't make a point of getting them and like saying, let's go to 31 Flavors and have some banana splits. He never does that. But if he wants a bowl of ice cream, he'll go in the freezer and take some ice cream and have a bowl of ice cream. And he'll just eat it, but not in front of me. So you need a good support system. And you have to realize that people along the way appreciate. My family really appreciates how far I've come. They haven't lost any weight. They're not in any kind of weight loss program, but they're always complimenting me how well I'm doing. My daughter Christy wants me to text her every week to let her know how I did. She's very encouraging. She's my cheerleading section. Even when I have a gain, she has words of wisdom for me, and she picks me up and makes me feel better. So these are some of the ways you can show gratitude. Actively listen to people. Don't just like in one ear out the other. Actively listen to them. Then they're going to appreciate you, and they're going to have their grateful. They're going to be grateful too, and you're going to be grateful that you listen to them. Have an open mind. I love comments on my channel. I have an open mind. If people tell me things that I might not want to hear, but I need to hear, I truly appreciate it. I never take comments in a negative form. I can tell a nasty comment from a helpful comment. And don't ever let that stop you from, if you think I need a good swift kick in the butt, you give it to me, because I want that. Give compliments. I always go out of my way. I like to give at least one person a compliment a day. Sometimes you got to look a little harder to give people a compliment. But my goal every day is to give somebody at least one compliment. Whether I'm calling them on the phone or talking to them in the supermarket or just somebody that I see on my walk, I make a point of talking to them and giving them a compliment. Always say please, thank you, and sorry. You don't see that going on very much nowadays. Not to say that it's not out there, because it is. But even like in traffic, I always make a point of thanking somebody if they let me in. I get very annoyed if like there's a traffic jam and you let somebody in and they don't at least just wave. How hard is that to go like that? Just to wave and say thank you that you let me in. I wish at that point, well, I'm not grateful at that point, because I wish I could back the bus up and then not let them in. I know that's not Christian, but that's the way I think. I'll be honest with you. Be thoughtful. Write thank you notes. I love to write thank you notes, which reminds me for my one magnet I got the other day. I don't know if I got it right here. I have to still send you your thank you note. Snap out of it. I still got it in the package because I completely forgot about it. I put it in here and then I got busy doing something. So, Joan Johnson, look for your thank you note, because I apologize. I usually send them out the same day I open the gifts. And I forgot. No excuses. But that's my excuse. And I'm sticking to it. But Joan, I'm going to send you a thank you card today. And think about all the things that you're grateful for in your life. I'm so grateful for my faith. I'm grateful for my family. I'm grateful for my health. I'm grateful for the fact that I have a home. I have the ability to go to the store and buy the food that I want to eat. Get clean water. It's just my friends in my life, my YouTube community, Weight Watchers. There's so many things I'm very grateful for. So think about all the things that you're grateful for. Write down 3 things that you're grateful for, and see if you can improve on them tomorrow. The recipe today is for a lemony orzo and seafood salad. It doesn't appeal to me, but it might appeal to you, so I'll leave that recipe for you to see. So in the meantime, if you're new to my channel, please subscribe, leave a comment, hit the like button, and share it if you think somebody might want to see it. So I will see you on my daily vlog. Okay, it's the power of gratitude is what we talked about today. And this is the card that they gave us. And you want to list down here your 3 good things. And then the recipe was for a lemony orzo and seafood salad. It takes 15 minutes to prepare, 15 minutes to cook, and it serves 4, and it's 2 smart points. I'm not a big seafood fan. I'll eat a tuna fish, and I like cod, but you know what, now that I think about it, I do like crab a little bit. But let me know if you try the recipe, how you liked it.